Let's do it. Yeah. Ready.
Have you ever been to, or obviously you haven't been there, but have you seen those silent raves where people just have headphones on and they just dance? Yeah. It was popular a couple of years ago. I've been to one, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
You're that guy?
People just had headphones and they're just... All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of King of the Court. We got Jimmy, your host over here, and I am Jimmy's co-host, Tyler.
Oh, we're
switching
it up.
Yeah.
Switching it up for liability purposes.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in. This one, we've said this multiple times, but I actually think it might be the shortest podcast we've ever done. So we don't have too much to talk about. We're kind of going to go through things fairly quickly. But first and foremost, we want to start off with our sponsor, our title sponsor, The Pickler. They have an e-commerce shop where you can buy all of your new paddles. What does it say right here?
The Pickler.
The Pickler. Go check them out at thepicklershop.com. They are also doing franchises all across the world. And so if you want to find more about franchising, your own pickleball facility, state of the art, very high end, reach out at thepickler.com for more information. I was at Formula One this past week.
Yes.
Incredible. A lot of fun.
Really?
Pickler was there. They had a court, a temporary court, kind of like pickle roll. Yeah. And I was amazed at how many people came by and was wanting to play pickleball.
But it wasn't pickle roll.
It wasn't pickle roll. It was very similar to
But
I
saw the video. There was a line.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost the entire day there was a line.
And you guys did, this is interesting to me. You guys did a hardest serve.
Yes. Oh, continue.
And Deckel was around like 57 or so.
Guess what mine came in at?
What was yours?
63.
But
for all those that say I can't hit a hard serve,
why don't you then? Ramp it up.
No need to.
Were they inbounds?
The 63 one was out, but I did hit 55, 57. That was
and Deckel was around 57, I saw.
Yes, and I think those were in, but I will preface this by saying I don't think that speed gun was accurate at all. When I first started, I hit like 4 serves, and all of them clocked in at 53, and I am 1,000% certain that 1 or 2 of those were different than 53 miles an hour. But I did hit 64.
You did?
That's what the speed gun said.
On an inaccurate gun.
Yeah. Possibly. But Deckel, I mean, he hit 57 on an inaccurate gun maybe. So
do you think that Deckel serves legal?
Most of the time, yes.
Okay. Who has the hardest serve? I
would actually say James Ignatowicz.
Okay.
Deckel. Actually, let me take that back. James Ignatowicz, Ben Johns, Deckel, then Tyson.
When Ben ramps it up.
Yeah, when he ramps it up. There's
no singles guy that just rips.
Tyson.
But like
Christian Alshon a little bit.
But James is.
The
thing with James is he has easy power.
Well, and he's tall too. He's like, what, 6'3"? I don't know.
But it just seems like he has easy power.
Yeah.
So.
So moving on. F1, insane. Super cool experience.
Yeah.
Who knew that so many of those F1 spectators love pickleball?
Everybody loves pickleball. It's the fastest growing sport in America, Tyler.
Fastest growing sport meets the fastest cars on the road.
Was that the Pickler slogan for
exactly,
the weekend?
Yeah. That's pretty catchy.
How fast do those cars go in F1? I'm not a big F1 guy.
You should watch it. Well, look at me telling you to do something that I haven't done. They have a series on Netflix, Drive to Survive. Yeah. And apparently that's really good. And they give a lot of information. I think they're around probably 220 at the high speed. But they're hitting those corners so fast.
Really? Full speed.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
F1.
A lot of fun. The build out on those events is insane.
I used to watch NASCAR back in the day.
No, I did. I did. NASCAR's not fun.
I know, but
you would like NASCAR. You give off NASCAR vibes.
I was a big Jeff Gordon guy. Rainbow Warrior.
Yeah.
I used to love Jeff Gordon.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right, take us. What are we talking about today? What do we have on the schedule?
There's a lot going on. So next week.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, week after. Yeah. No, next week. End of next week.
So we have MLP next week. And then the week after, which we're going to touch on more, is Nationals. So Nationals used to be at Indian Wells, California.
Yeah.
Incredible venue. I think probably
unbelievable venue.
Everyone's favorite venue.
I've been there. I almost died.
Did you fly there?
Yeah. And I almost died. It was during the COVID year.
Okay.
Let me tell you a story. So I qualified for Nationals. It was during the COVID year. Okay. I go to Nationals. I get there. I wanted to spend the whole week there, right?
Okay.
Indian Wells. It was in December. They pushed it from November to December because it was the year that essentially all these pros pulled out because they made you get vaccinated. So there wasn't that many pros there. There were some, but remember Kyle Yates made a big deal about it. And so they pushed it from November to December. I fly in like on a Monday and I didn't feel great, but I didn't have COVID, but I didn't feel great. And
were you vaxxed?
Yeah, I was then. I had to be for just one shot.
Oh, the initial one. Am I allowed
to say this?
I don't know.
Is this going to cause political upheaval?
Obviously.
Okay. Anyways, so it was a Monday. I flew in. I felt fine, but I didn't play until the weekend. So on Tuesday, I started to feel a little bit sick. I'm like, I'll be fine. I don't play till the weekend. Wednesday, it got worse. Thursday, Friday, it kept getting worse and worse. Saturday night, like I had like 104-degree fever. I literally was like so sick that like I couldn't even open my eyes, like infection in my eyes. I thought I was going to die. Literally thought I was going to die. Woke up in the morning.
You sound a bit dramatic.
No, I did. I promise you. Woke up in the morning, 7:00 in the morning, right? I was supposed to play at 8 a.m.
You pull out?
No, I show up. Okay. Don Stanley is my ref. Okay. I showed up at 7:57 for an 8 a.m. match. Okay, it was mixed. I literally walk onto the court, can barely open my eyes. Don Stanley's staring at me like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Play these two people that weren't great, get rolled in game one. Literally get wrecked like 11-1. You can go look this up. So next match, I sit down in between matches. I literally am just sitting there like this. I'm just like, and Don Stanley looks at me and he's like, what in the hell is wrong with you? And I said, dude, I just feel miserable. So I look at my partner. I said, I got one match in me. I'll go hard for one match, one game, not even a match, one game.
Yeah.
And so we play, and we freaking kill him. I think we beat him 11-4. I was gassed, dude. I was done. Lose the next one, lose in the back draw, out of there.
Incredible.
That was my Nationals experience.
Incredible.
And I went home and thought I was going to die. I went back to the Airbnb.
And here we are. You did not. Yeah.
For 4 days. Anyways, that's my Nationals, Indian Wells. It was a beautiful venue from what I could see from my...
Are you coming out to this year's Nationals?
Yeah, we actually
what are the chances we're actually going to see you?
No, there's very high probability. Here's the problem with Nationals. It's all freaking week. And they're doing it...
That's how it's always been, though.
I know, but they're doing it where you guys play all of your first round matches on a Wednesday.
I think first 2 rounds. Or is it just first round?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like on a Wednesday, second round on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's like... They're doing it like tennis.
Yeah.
So you'll play singles, men's, and mixed all on Wednesday, first round. And then, so I don't know. I don't know if that's the new format moving forward. We've heard rumors that they may
I think they're kind of testing it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I've never done it. So
you could be home by Thursday if you
I
lose
could be.
them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
No, me personally, I could be with my past results. I could be.
I'm just saying that like, It could be beneficial if you don't want to stick around.
It'll be interesting. I think it'll be more interesting to see how players who do all 3 events are able to adapt and change from singles to doubles to mixed doubles.
Because
I think that'll be more interesting.
Yeah, because there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
So Nationals. I'm excited about Nationals. I think it's going to be fun. There's a $1 billion build out for it
with a B or M.
Okay, it's an M. It's like a $6 million build out.
Oh, quick question, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I like math.
I know.
How much is 1,000 times 100? How much is it? A couple million?
It's 100,000. Okay. I'm sorry.
A couple million?
Listen, dude, I actually did graduate from high school. I graduated from college. My fault.
I mean, you're looking at least 10 million with the amount of revenue they're pulling in.
I was being optimistic. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Dude, I can't say anything. Like literally nothing gets by these people. Nothing. There's not a freaking thing that gets by them.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It's in Dallas. It's at a new country club. Well, not new, but the first time that PPA will be going there.
Yeah. So it's at Brookhaven, right?
Yeah. Brookhaven. Yep. And so I think somebody told me they have 30 to 40 pickleball courts, and there's over 3,500 people signed up for it.
So that'd be fun.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
Should be some long waits.
I think, as we talked about last time, there are quite a few new partnerships. A lot of people like to test out new partnerships when it's not necessarily a PPA tournament.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because there's no points, right?
There's no points.
Do you guys get paid appearance fees?
I cannot say. I don't think I can say. I think some players are and some aren't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So appearance fees are a question mark.
Yeah.
There's no PPA points.
I'm not 100% certain on that either.
And what's the prize money?
I don't know.
And no one knows the prize money.
I think there actually is a document somewhere that lists the prize money, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, let's go through some of these partnerships real quick.
Okay.
Because there's actually some interesting ones that I'm excited to watch.
Okay.
So Christian Alshon.
My boy. Your boy.
Riley Newman.
Both your boys.
I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they're on the same MLP team.
They're on the same MLP team,
so
but they haven't played a PPA event together.
Yeah. How do you think they fare?
I think they lose early.
Okay.
I think that Christian is better at mixed. He hasn't figured out the men's game quite yet. And I think that they get frustrated with each other.
Okay. Next, who else is there?
Julian Arnold, Thomas Wilson, we've seen before. The next partnership, though, has been playing very well together.
Okay.
And I wonder if we see them in 2024. Deckel and DJ.
And DJ?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They've been playing well. They've had some good results.
What tournament was it that they did well in?
Well, last tournament, they beat AJ, right?
AJ and Riley? Which one are you talking about? Vegas?
Yeah, was it Vegas?
No.
It was AJ, Riley. I don't know, bro.
Everything is blending together. They lost to Matt Wright and James Ignatowicz. I know that.
Yeah, but before that, they had an upset, I thought.
I can't remember.
3-gamer.
Can't remember.
No. Okay. Anyways. Let's see. Gabe Tardio.
Mm-hmm.
Jay DeVilliers.
Interesting, yeah. A lot of length on that court.
A lot of length.
A lot of languages on that court as well.
Shout out to Gabe. Had his birthday a couple weeks ago.
What is he?
18.
18. Right behind Hayden.
Yep. Let's see. We've got J-Dub and Dylan. Nobody's surprised. Connor Garnett, Rafa Hewitt.
Okay. They've played 2 or 3 times, I think. Yeah.
Same MLP team also.
Yeah.
Give it up for the Breakers. Colin and Ben. Let's see. We have Tyler Leung.
And?
James Ignatowicz.
If he shows up. If he's healthy.
If his ankle has healed.
Yeah.
His ankle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should be fun. This is our probably 3rd time playing. We had one really good showing, and then we had one pretty mediocre.
How about this one?
I'm very optimistic. I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. How about this team? How about Tyson McGuffin? Andre Deescu.
They've played together before. And I mean, I think they've played, I don't know, maybe 1 to 2 years ago. I don't know if they've played this year together, but they had a lot of success.
Yeah, I think that's a tough team.
It's tricky with Andre just because he doesn't do as many of the PPAs as he does APP, and so it's hard to gauge where he's at compared to these other athletes.
Yeah, and we got Hayden and Callan.
Okay,
who they have a bronze finish together.
Yeah, I mean it was a tournament that a lot of the players weren't there, but yes,
are you discrediting it?
No, I'm not discrediting it, but you just have to lay out all of the information.
Okay. We have Chuck Taylor.
Chucky T and our boy AJ Kohler. Yeah.
Alois Kohler the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a dignitary.
Yeah.
Like he should be a Hungarian prince. So
if you haven't checked out our interview, go check it out. We did one with him. It was released a couple days ago. AJ's great. You'll see why.
Yeah. So that's the men's side. There's not really anything else that's kind of surprising. Who do you think wins that? Ben and Colin? It's a little diluted.
Is it 3 out of 5 games for every match or just finals?
I thought just finals. Were they doing 3 out of 5 for every match?
I don't know.
I thought it was just the finals.
Okay.
Moving to mixed.
Okay.
There's 57 teams in mixed.
Love it.
That's a big bracket.
It is.
So Diescu and Susanna Barr are going to bring their APP success over to nationals. We got Tyra and Alshon, which we've seen before. We got Shelby Bates and Pat Smith, which Donna has seen before. We've got Maggie Brasha.
Who has seen?
We know. Donna's ring video.
Okay, continue.
We got Maggie Brasha and Hayden.
Okay.
We've all seen that. Here's an interesting one. Mary Brasha has decided to spend her weekend in Dallas, not doing much because she's recovering because she's playing with Colin Johns.
I think that's the first for both of them playing with each other.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably be the last too because they'll be done by Wednesday at 9 a.m.
When are we getting Colin on the pod?
Let's bring him on. He's been on a few pods lately.
Yeah.
He's as boring as he is his game. Jilly B, Connor Garnett.
Interesting.
Fireworks.
Okay.
AB Ignatowicz, Thomas Wilson, Vivian David.
Okay.
I mean, those ones we've all seen. Megan DeZon.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Megan. Yesterday was her birthday. She's 30 now.
Of age.
Did you know that Megan and I had a joint birthday party 4 years ago?
What, pickleball?
No, her and I. We literally did a combined birthday
party. Was it a pickleball party?
No, I don't think we played pickleball. We did something else. I don't know.
Oh.
Literally 4 years ago, Megan and I.
Let's do another one.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So she's playing with Yates Johnson. That's interesting.
How do you feel about that?
I think that she should play the left.
Okay.
She's better than him, and he's very lucky to be playing with her, but I don't suspect they're going to do great. Okay. Megan Fudge and Gabe Tardio. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I think they live near each other. They're both Florida. I don't know if they're in the...
I thought Fudge was in an RV.
No, that's Salome.
No, Fudge and Ryler. I thought they were in an RV.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Tyler Loong.
And remind me.
Vivian Glassman. The Glass Dog.
Yeah. I'm excited as well. We played once before, and we did...
You played TOC.
We did
you guys
TOC.
Battled Zane and Coop to 3 games.
Yeah, we won our first one, then lost the second.
Glass doesn't like me.
She started off liking you, but then you must have said something.
We used to be super tight. I thought that we were going to be lifelong friends.
I think there's maybe a couple more people who don't like you.
I know, but Glassman should like me. I thought we were going to be lifelong friends. I think we would get along, and for whatever reason, I don't know. So do you, Viv? Jesse and Hunter Johnson.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of eye rolls on that court.
Interesting. Okay.
Simone's playing with Eric Onsens.
Okay, yeah. He's Florida, I believe.
He is?
Yeah.
Was that
I believe he's tennis.
Is that like a charity, Make-A-Wish Foundation type of thing?
I think from what I've heard, he's actually a pretty good player. I don't think he plays many tournaments, but if it's the person I'm thinking of.
Okay. Elise and Jay.
Okay. They've played quite a few together.
Alois the fourth and Jade Kawamoto.
Okay.
I like that team.
They could be very, very good.
They could be tricky and dangerous at the same time.
Depends if AJ is already implementing his speed ups. 100% of his speed ups.
He's been working on it.
Well, he said he was wanting to do 100% speed ups.
Yes. So Leia pulled out.
Who was she with?
I think she was with Jesse and Fed.
Okay. So she pulled out of both?
Yes. And so Fed is now playing with Lindsay Newman.
Why did she pull out?
I don't know. I think just a rest. I think she just wanted to rest.
Isn't she doing singles?
Not nationals. That's in finals. The finals.
Oh, I thought she was doing singles at nationals too.
I think just PPA finals. She's doing singles.
Gotcha.
Catherine Parento, Tyson McGuffin.
Okay.
Tina Pisnick, the Piz, and Deco Bar.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a future partnership.
I think it is.
Callan Dawson is back with Rachel Rohrabacher.
Interesting.
How about Callan? Just pulls out these partners?
He does get some good mixed partners.
Yeah, he does. Dylan and Callie.
Okay.
Riley Newman, Paris Todd.
Okay.
What do you think about that? How are they going to do?
So I think they played in Daytona this year. And then was there one other one they played in?
Yeah, they played in, was it Mace? I can't remember.
Yeah. The first one they didn't do well. The second one they did much better. I think they ended with top 3 or top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben and Annalie. And here's an interesting one. Etta and Pablo.
Interesting.
Etta she wanted to play the lefty and she didn't choose
She chose Pablo.
Yeah. I hope you and Glassman are matched up against them.
That'd be fun.
Would you wreck him? Glassman's length?
I don't know.
So the other fun part about nationals is that, and we'll get to women's in just a second, is that they do split age.
Yes. And I think this might be more fun to go through this list.
Yeah. So the split age, let's go. Do we want to start with mixed or men's?
Let's do men's.
Okay. Let me find men's split age because
or whatever you're on.
I got it somewhere. So men's split age, we have J-Dub with, who do you think J-Dub's playing with?
Probably his coach.
Who is?
He goes by Brains Doc.
The Brains Doc.
Murcha.
The Brains Doc. J-Dub and Murcha.
Yeah.
Murcha, fan of the show. He also thinks that you're wrong about paddles and that paddles definitely make a difference. Just so you know.
Let me clarify. I feel like I've clarified this before. If it's passing the amount by 5 to 10, even 15%, I don't think it does. If you're exceeding that amount by 50% or 100%, then obviously that does. Okay. But if a paddle clocks in 2% higher, you're going to tell me that 2% made the difference? I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair.
Can you fight that?
No, I'm just reporting the news, bud.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Deckel Bar and Brooks Wiley.
Love it.
Like that. How much is Brooks paying for that?
His home in Dreamland. I don't know.
He didn't even get him to sign with MLP.
Yeah.
Scott Crandall, Connor Garnett.
Okay.
Steven Callan Dawson.
Okay. Father-son duo.
Yeah. Dave Fleming and Ivan Jakulovich.
Okay. Dallas boys.
Yeah. Wes Gabrielson and Rick Witskin. Witskin.
Say that 3 times fast.
Witskin. Rick. Big Rick. Lanky Rick.
Ripskin.
Big tall Rick. They just won. Wasn't he on the Indy Drivers? They won the MPL?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the celebration?
I saw the celebration.
Yeah.
It was great.
Lila Rawlings.
What'd you think of the celebration?
I thought that it looked like the celebration of a bunch of old men. That's how they would celebrate. So good for them. Shout out to them and their, yeah. Dane Gingrich.
Okay.
Riley Newman.
Okay.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun.
That team might win it.
Yeah, they could. Is Ben playing?
I don't see Ben.
Okay.
AJ Kohler and Brian Levine, former CEO of MLP.
Okay.
I mean, what's Brian Levine? What level is he? 4, 5?
I think he might be a 5-0. A low 5-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
From what I've heard.
All right. You think that's how AJ ended up getting those
contracts?
No, you think that's how AJ ended up getting those Golden Knights tickets?
Probably. That's what he said, isn't it? Yeah.
Make a trade. Althoff and James Ignatowicz.
Okay.
That's the favorite.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of hip thrusting, lots of stare downs.
Split steps. Yeah. It's going to be insane.
The best is when Althoff will go up to the net when he doesn't need to go up to the net and just like stare down the opponents.
Yeah, because it's Althoff, right? Let's see. Eric White and Fed.
I don't know the senior.
Got to be a cash game. Pat Smith and Chris Miller.
Okay, love it.
Little old school there. And then you're not on here, but you are playing with Dirk Pardo.
Dirk Pardo.
You and Dirk.
Yes.
Dirty Dirk.
Yep.
Who hooked me. He hooked me.
He did not hook you.
At Red Rock.
It was Pardo.
Well, he agreed with his son and hooked me at Red Rock. Right?
Oh, we need to go back through and clip that story.
Yeah.
Because we haven't released that pod because Pardo won't let us.
That's true. But Pardo did admit he remembered.
Yeah. He remembers. He remembers a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he does. All right, let's go women's pro real quick. There's some good matchups here too. Anna Bright and Jade Kawamoto.
Okay.
Jilly B and Tyra.
Okay.
The Brashas. Megan and Etta.
Okay.
Tammy Emmerich and Kelsey Grambo. Are they on the same MLB? No. But Kelsey just picked up an MLB team. Megan Fudgebar Megan Fudge, Susanna Barr. Speaking of that, Susanna Barr is opening an indoor facility in Boise.
Do you know what it's called?
The Flying Pickle.
The Flying Pickle. Yeah.
18 courts.
Is it 18?
November 10th.
Wow, that's awesome.
Should we go?
Yeah, let's go. That'd be fun.
Do you want to drive up there?
Porter loves you.
Porter absolutely loves me. Yes. Jesse in Paris.
Okay.
Tina Pisnik, Lindsay Newman. That's a defensive powerhouse.
I think they played last tournament in Vegas, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
How'd they do?
I think they did pretty good. I think they quarters-ish. I think they did good. Glosman is playing with Lauren Stratman.
Glosdog, let's go.
That's honestly, like, if there was a team that hated me, that's got to be it, right? I got to go sit. I'm going to sit on their bench. Glosman, hit me up. Rihanna Valdez, Rachel Rohrbacher.
Okay.
And then Annalie and Catherine.
Who do you have winning? Annalie, Catherine?
Yeah, I think Annalie and Catherine. And then I actually like Etta and Megan to make the finals, depending on what side of the bracket they're on. Mm-hmm. If they're not, because I would guess that Anna, Bright, and Kawamoto will probably be the 2 seed. And then Etta and Megan would probably, based on this bracket, be the 3, maybe the 4, because Paris and Jesse. Mm-hmm. So it's going to depend on what side of the bracket. But I like whoever's not on Annalie's side of the bracket. It's either going to be Anna and Jade or Etta and Megan that make the finals.
Yep.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
And then one more just for fun. Let's do a split age mixed.
Okay.
So J-Dub. Who do you think?
Playing with Julie?
Playing with Mama. Yep. J-Dub is going to play with his mom. So, dude, that's like all week. This is all week long.
Yeah. Not only that, but they have a ton of different events. They're really trying to make it a spectator, just a event for people to go to with their families. They have music. They have celebrities coming out for a pro-am.
Yeah.
They have what they call a vendor village, where it's literally like a street, and they just have a ton of different vendors out there.
Oh yeah. It's called Pickleball Boulevard or something, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Susanna Barr and Rick Witskin.
Okay.
Should be fun. Anna B and Althoff.
Anna and James, they love to share Althoff.
Yeah, they have a good time with Althoff, the 3 of them, I'm sure. Should have a great time together. Megan Fudge and Dane Gingrich. Makes sense since he coaches her and tells you all about it. Loves to brag about how
he's got a lot of players he coaches.
Yes. Jesse, Irvin, and Scott Crandall, who are BFFs. Georgia and Murcha.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? Also, I was wrong. Julie is not playing with
J-Dub.
Julie is playing with Fed.
Okay.
Here's a fun one. Elise Jones and Cord Robbins.
Ooh, let's go, Utah.
Little Utahns out here. Cord, we know well, right? No Jason Perry on the list.
He should have played with his daughter.
Guess who Catherine's playing with?
Who?
Dirk Pardo.
Love it.
Catherine and Dirk. Who has a better run? Catherine and Dirk or you and Dirk?
That's tricky. I would say 50-50 right now.
50-50. Okay.
I would maybe think Catherine and Dirk.
Rachel Rohrbacher and Brian Levine.
Okay.
Evelyn Welsher and James Ignatowicz.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yes. Yeah. She's great. I love her. She actually reached out to me when she first started playing. Really? And was wanting to partner up for a couple tournaments because she saw that I was playing with Alex Hamner. Oh. And she's like, hey, I'm great. And she is a good player. She's one of the top seniors at the moment.
She said she was better than Alex Hamner.
She said she could do her job. She said, I know what my role is and I can do it.
She said, I'm better than Alex Hamner.
She didn't say that. She just said, I know what my role is and I can do that effectively.
Alex Hamner is great.
Alex Hamner is great. I've had really good results with her.
I like Alex Hamner.
Yeah. We beat the Newmans.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Alex Hamner is really high on someone from Santa Monica.
Yes.
Christine Maddox.
Yep. So we're in talks. We're most likely playing in a couple tournaments in the beginning of next year.
And Alex is like, this girl is it. Yeah. She's the new it thing.
Awesome. Any fireworks you want to see or you expect to see from Nationals?
No, I just think it's exciting. Like Nationals is such a big event. I feel like US Open used to.
It has a lot of history with it. It's very prestigious.
Yeah, I feel like the US Open used to be that thing, and it's kind of lost its luster, right? The US Open has kind of fallen off a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't play it and be PPA, and a lot of players didn't really want to play US Open, and so it's kind of fallen off. Where I think that National still has that appeal. Mm-hmm. And it looks like most of the big dogs are there. There's a few that aren't playing, but the majority are playing. Yeah. I mean, you're missing Leia's not there. Jackie Kawamoto's not there, which is interesting. Because
Lucy and Matt playing?
Lucy and Matt aren't playing. Okay. But most of the big names will be there, the majority of them. And so, yeah, I think it's exciting. And honestly, with the build out and everything that they're doing for it, like that's going to be...
We've said this before, but from what we've been told, the build out alone for center court, over $1 million.
Did you see how many seats center court has?
Yeah. It's a lot.
3,000.
Yeah.
3,000 awesome. Seats for center court.
What are the chances it gets filled?
I think it's going to be, there's 3,500 amateur players. Mm-hmm. I would imagine with spectators.
3,500 times 100. What are you looking at?
3,500 times
3,500 times 100.
Yeah, you take the zero. So what you do is you take 35 times 1.
So you get 3.5 million?
Add the zeros.
3.5 million?
No, it's 35,000. It's 350,000. Anyways, you got to add the zeros. That's how I learned. Anyways, moving on. You can't put me on the spot. Like, this is why kids have calculators.
8 times 7.
56. Here, let me tell you a story about
9 times 7.
63.
Okay.
When I was in the 3rd grade, we did this contest where you had to do the times tables. This is true. You had to do the times tables. And it was the fastest kid in the class to learn them all. Mm-hmm. And me and a kid named Jesse Day. Okay. Benicia, California, Mills Elementary School. We were the 2 fastest. And our teacher lined us up next to each other. And the winner got this cassette tape that sang the times tables, okay? Like they sang, I was
You're
like,
showing your age, man.
I was like, 9 times 9 is 81, Anyways, we line up and he starts firing off numbers, right? And it's to 12, okay?
Do we believe this story?
12 times 12, 144. Anyways, we're battling back and forth. Jesse and I are just battling, right? And we're going, and like he's going through all of them, and we're neck and neck, and we're both slaying it, okay? And I get to 8 times 8. Mm-hmm. And I choked. Absolutely choked. 64, by the way. I absolutely choked. I could not think of it.
Ever since then, you've had trauma.
I have had trauma. Obviously, that was however long ago, and I still remember it to this day. Jesse Day beat me. He got the little cassette tape. I'm sure his mom played it in her car every day on the way to school. And I lost. My teacher's name, Mr. Grokey. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And I lost. But I do know my times tables. I'm pretty good at it.
Love it. Okay. Yeah. So most players might not, or most people might not know this, but right before Nationals is MLP. Yeah. And so a lot of, I would say 90%, 95% of all players are just staying there from MLP. Yeah. And so there's going to be a lot of pickleball players in Dallas for the next 2 weeks.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be like a week, 10 days of just pure pickleball chaos.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's exciting.
He said this a lot. Jimmy has said this a lot, but I actually might believe him this time. He said he's going to be there for Nationals for sure, and maybe MLP. Yeah, and so we're going to get some content out there. We might even do like a pod one of the days, like a live pod.
Yeah, we're trying to do a live pod.
Yeah. Get different content. So if you want us to do anything special while we're out there, let us know in the comments. Any ideas that you might have, maybe commentate some matches.
What's the weather going to be like?
I haven't looked, but hopefully it's good. Yeah.
Like, we don't want to be too hot.
Yeah.
How's Texas?
I was in Austin and it was hot in Austin.
Yeah, we don't want to be hot.
Yeah. But I think this time it should be good.
Better.
Okay, anything else with Nationals? So we're moving on quick.
No, like Nationals is exciting. Like I was saying, I think Nationals has a lot of prestige to it. I think that, I'm glad that PPA took it over and, they're making it a big deal. I think moving it from Indian Wells is tough because there's so much history with Indian Wells, but pickleball is not tennis. And the history of the Indian Wells is tennis.
All right,
tennis
calm
history.
down, DJ Selkirk.
I'm just saying it's tennis history.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on. Let's keep it close to PPA headquarters.
Okay.
All right.
Crown Pickleball.
Crown.
A lot of people are breaking balls right now.
Yes.
But not Crown.
Quit busting
colder
balls.
weather, Crown Pickleballs, they survive. So our boy over at Crown Pickleball, they got a massive shipment in.
Yeah, container. They went full container. Probably the size of this room.
And it somehow sold out 100%. And so he said for his next shipment that he's getting in, there will not be any more issues with inventory. And so go sign up, get your name on the list because they are in high demand.
Thank you for supporting us, Crown. It's wild that he keeps selling out.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a good product, great product. And especially right now as the temperatures get colder, this ball is great. It's not going to break.
Honestly, it's probably a better business model to have your balls break.
It is. And a lot of people have speculated that some of the companies purposely do that to get people to buy balls.
Crowns don't break.
Yeah.
I mean, they could possibly.
They do, but they're going to last much longer.
Yeah, they last longer. They don't have that fuzzy ball syndrome. Yeah. Crown, go pick them up. crownpickleball.store.
Yeah.
KOTC is the code. Free shipping. And something else.
Anyways, thank you for supporting our show, Crown Pickleball. We love you guys. All right, moving on. We're going right into questions.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, let's go. Questions.
Okay. So questions. Real quick. We had somebody who donated to our show.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that. It was
Liv. I have some questions too.
Liz Kofi.
Liv Borski.
Liz Kofi. I'm not sure.
Borski,
I hope it's Kofi. And so the question she asked us, she said, I love the podcast. My question is about Lee Waters. Do you think she will try to partner with Annalie next year when she returns from her injury, or will Annalie stick with younger partners?
What are your thoughts? I actually think that Lee and Annalie will play a few together.
Okay.
How many, I think, remains to be seen. I think Lee misses the competition. I think Lee wants to get back. But I also think that Lee knows that Annalie is better off playing with Catherine.
Sure.
But it's still her daughter. They still have had success together. And so I do think that we will see Lee play a couple. Like Nationals would be one that maybe you would see a Lee Annalie, right?
Yeah.
I think that we'll see that at some point.
And they have such good chemistry that I think they would do a couple, like you said.
Yeah. So I think we will see them do a couple.
Yeah.
Do I think we see Lee full-time back on the tour? Maybe not full-time, but I bet Lee plays. I'm going to estimate Lee plays maybe 10 to 12 tournaments. I wonder if Lee signed with PPA.
Well, they announced that she did. I imagine she did.
I just don't know what her tournament commitment was.
I'm sure it was tailored towards her needs.
But say she plays 10 to 15 tournaments. And then if Lee's eligible for MLP, do you think she'll get drafted?
I think it'll depend on their schedule, on what the format.
Like I would have drafted Lee in Challenger.
Sure. She's great. She's a good player.
Like you take Lee in Challenger. So I think that
me and her played together and in a tournament. And I think we were the only team that tournament to take Ben and Annalie 3 games.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Lee's solid and I think she'll play a couple, but she's a realist and I hope. And so she knows that.
Oh, I'm sure she'd be the first to say.
Yeah. Annalie's better off playing with somebody else.
Okay. And then she had a follow-up question kind of with that. She said, I also have another question of when you were talking about Leia returning to singles. In the player contracts for 2024, PPA and or MLP, do they specify certain events or just how many tournaments do you play in? In other words, are some players contractually obligated to play singles, or can the players still pick and choose which events to play in? So
the players still get to pick and choose. They can play whatever events they want. It's on a tournament by tournament basis as opposed to in fact, it's not even that. It's actually days. They call them days. And so
that's more with MLP.
With MLP, yes. But PPA, it's a tournament by tournament basis. Yeah. So the contracts that I've seen essentially are anywhere from 18 to 26 tournaments is what you're contracted.
For PPA.
For PPA. MLP, it's days. It's 200 MLP days.
I would say the standard was 200 MLP days, but there were a lot of players that negotiated or change theirs.
So from a PPA perspective, you play a tournament and all you have to play is You can play any event in that tournament, in essence. You don't have to play singles. You're not required to play mixed, men's, anything like that. On the flip side for MLP, the days are interesting because the days can be considered anything that you do that represents MLP. So if you're asked to make an appearance for your team, that counts as an MLP day.
Yep.
The travel actually counts as MLP days. So if MLP needs you there on a Wednesday to do a clinic and you don't play till Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you fly in on a Tuesday, Tuesday counts, Wednesday counts, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you stay till Sunday. So those days all count. If you're doing friendlies, if you're doing anything like that, any public appearances all count for those MLP days, where PPA, it's more tournament specific. And so it's interesting to see how that's going to play out on who actually works more.
Yeah.
Like who work, because 200 is a lot of days.
Yeah.
Like it's
a lot. That's 2/3 of the year almost.
Yeah, it's a lot. And so it's where like if you take 26 tournaments and you're there for 3 days.
Exactly.
Math.
Yeah.
Right? What's that, 78 days?
Something like that.
That's only technically 78 days.
Yeah.
If you count a day to fly in, a day to fly out,
yeah.
I mean, you're still only 125 days.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's still a lot to be, that remains to be seen for next year with MLP schedule and how the merger finally comes to fruition.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Let's move on. So I don't have the name, but Hussey9999 said, can I get a shout out on the next pod? I won 3rd place in my first singles tournament 4.0. He's a big fan. Shout out Hussey. That's awesome. Hope to see you at a tournament 4.0.
Okay,
plus.
Let's go. Okay.
So he would beat you.
No.
How many points would he get on you in a game to 11?
Probably 4 or 5.
Okay. Somebody said, how have you been choosing partners lately? Also, do you approach them or vice versa?
You haven't.
I haven't. So I don't know if I was talking with you. I don't think it was you. But I think it's kind of interesting. A lot of players last year, I feel like a lot of them made plans for this year really early. Yeah. But it seems as if a lot of players are almost delaying their choosing of partners for next year. A lot later than they were the first year.
One thing is there's still no official schedule.
True.
And so a lot of players are wondering what the schedule is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing is you don't want to get tied down, right? Like, let's just be honest. You commit to somebody for an entire year.
You either have to drop them if things don't go well and you feel like a jerk, or you have to stick with them and not have success.
Yeah, exactly. And that ends up, causing some issues because I mean, do you want to ride it out with a bad partner all year?
So if I can get partners, I'm going to try to plan for 3 to 4 months in advance.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. They said predictions for nationals, especially split age. We just went over that.
Hit the rewind. Boom.
5 years from now, do you think the top players will be earning more or less than they are now?
So Connor Pardo, I'm going to tell this fun fact. I talked to Connor Pardo a week or two ago, and he thinks that it's very likely that in 3 years, when these contracts are up, that the wages are 25% higher.
Of all players or?
No, he said that he thinks that the total wages will be higher, but there'll be different players making that money.
Yeah.
Making the higher salaries. So he's very optimistic on the state of pickleball and where it's headed. So I think 5 years from now, it could be very possible they're making more money.
How are some pros so good at pickleball without any previous racket experience? I don't get it.
Who are those pros?
That's a good question. Most of the top pros, they do come from a racket.
I mean, we even learned that
background.
AJ Kohler played tennis in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I would put him in the category of not having that experience, even though he did say he had But
he played junior tennis and varsity tennis.
JV.
Yeah, or JV, but still, like he still played.
Yeah.
Like that's still like.
The only one that I'm familiar with is Dylan Frazier.
Dylan played none. Yeah. But he also started at a young age. And so where, at 14 or 15, when these guys are playing tennis, Dylan was playing pickleball.
Yeah.
So it actually might've given him an advantage.
Did Jimmy get that sweet Sunday swagger hat? You're actually wearing it today from his BFF, Rettmeyer.
No, I didn't, but Rettmeyer's my guy. Shout out.
You guys are besties now.
Shout out Travie. You think his girlfriend calls him Travie?
I do not know what she
mom?
calls him. His mom or his girlfriend?
Either one.
I don't know. Travie?
I'm going to call him Travie.
Okay. Top 3 action movies.
Oh, interesting. Action movies. I'm going to say all three of how many diehards are there? All the diehards.
You would.
You don't like diehards?
No, they're
you don't like Bruce
cheesy.
Willis?
No, he's great.
Okay, that's solid.
There's better action movies out there than Die Hard, even though it is a good one.
Okay. I mean, what do we count? Like, does Braveheart count as an action movie?
I was thinking, does Gladiator count? I think Gladiator's great.
Does that count?
It's a classic.
I like Braveheart. I'll say one of my number one movies of all time is Tombstone. Tombstone is classic.
When is your merch coming out?
What do you guys want? Tell us what you want.
So we actually have hired a designer to create some cool merch for King of the Court. And so
we did?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how much Jimmy knows about what's going on. And so hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have some better designs. Right now, we actually do have some merch, but it's very simple.
We have the Mr. Nobody shirt that I'm speaking of Travie, I'm sending him a Mr. Nobody shirt.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Sorry, Trav. I know you watch.
Top 3 favorite pump up songs.
I mean, it's all going to be super cliche, like Eminem,
One Direction,
Eminem,
Taylor
Lose
Swift,
Yourself, Taylor Swift, Bad Blood with Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say my number one. I think some people will know this and some won't, but Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares.
Meek Mill, let's go.
You know that song? Dreams
Yes.
and Nightmares.
How many would it take to kidnap Jimmy?
Depends on what. I mean, if they have candy in their car, I'll go willingly.
When is Hayden interview coming out?
Oh, Hayden sucks. Hayden, you ghosted me. You're Jerry, love you. Hayden, dead to me.
How is Jimmy a 4.6 on Duper?
Because I'm good. And I also haven't even put in a freaking score in 2 years. So you can imagine how much better I am now.
What is the percentage Jimmy will be at nationals?
Probably 50.
Realistically, I would give it like a 30% chance.
Probably. Maybe that's might even be high.
Yeah.
I told you why. Moving on.
How do you handle when a team ISOs a player either as a, let's see. Oh, and that got cut off. But how do you handle when a team ISOs a player?
Pick better partners. No. I think that what you have to do is you got to try to assert yourself a little bit and at least let them know that you're a threat. So one thing we talked about on a previous pod was when Lucy and Callie were playing against Annalie and Catherine, and they started playing Lucy's left foot over and over and over again to the point where essentially Lucy wasn't really able to attack anything. And they just ISO'd her, and Callie came over, asserted herself and started taking that ball, more often than not with her forehand just to switch things up a little bit. And I think that that's what you got to do. You've got to have, as a partner, you've got to play more aggressive. If you have to be Ben and take 80% of the court, then you do.
Yep. Pickleball in Canada. What's your hot take? You better be careful here.
Dude, there's some great fans of ours that watch from Canada. And I think that there's some good players in Canada. I mean,
how about the food and the treats?
The food is awful. The freaking potato chip ketchup things and
what was it called?
Poutine. And like the ketchup, like that stuff. Like, don't. We're not here for it. But who's there? Hannah Blatt?
I'm not sure.
Isn't she Canadian?
I don't know.
She's like a 4-0 in the U.S., but she's a pro in Canada.
I don't know.
Is that true?
I think she lives here in the U.S. Maybe she's from there, but I'm pretty sure.
Steve Deacon?
Deacon, yeah.
He's a legend.
People love him out there. Yeah.
Remember that dude that Ernesto Fajardo? Remember when he came here?
Yeah, he was
got
here.
Stuck.
Yeah.
And he lived with Scotty J for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a pro in Canada. He was like a 4.50 here.
I see pickleball is growing a lot in popularity over there as well. So exciting to see.
Are you going to go play Toronto?
If it happens, yeah. I'd love to go to Toronto.
Are you allowed?
I'm allowed.
Somebody said that they're DUI 10 years. You can't go to Canada.
There's no way that's true.
10 years, bro.
There's no way.
You know what's funny is the people that don't play that, I'm going to speculate so hard about why they're not there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for following along. Guess what does not hurt right now?
Your feet.
My feet.
Wait, you wore Acacias to F1?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't playing pickleball. I wear these when I play pickleball.
But didn't you play at F1?
That was like an exhibition thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Had I had these, I would have dominated everybody.
Your feet don't hurt.
Yeah. Anyways, these are Acacia shoes. We love them. I've been using them for 3 years or so. This is a newer generation or a newer version.
Yeah.
And it's got an updated sole, more comfy, a new insole as well. New colors, really cool. Check them out at acaciasports.com and use code KOTC to help your feet stop hurting.
Yes. Get some Acacias. Buy them. I like them.
Awesome. Anything else, Jimmy? We had I was thinking it was going to be a little bit shorter, but it was actually a little bit longer than I was expecting.
Yeah. No, I think it's always longer than what we expect. No, not like that. Hey, you dropped a That's What She Said on the Kohler podcast.
I don't think I did.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
When he talked about pulling out of events.
I don't believe it. Show me. You know what somebody told me? They said we should do.
Shay clipped it.
I don't believe that. Somebody said we should just do an ASMR with all our sponsors, and so just open.
Oh my gosh, no! People get mad at you. You're gonna get yelled at. You're gonna get yelled at.
And then with the ball one,
yeah,
just bounce it, just pure silence, and have.
We should. We're just literally just stare. All right.
Okay, thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, if you made it this far, please do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It does us a solid. It helps get this video out to those that might be interested in pickleball.
Yeah. Sunday Swagger got mad at you.
They got mad at me because a lot of people in the comments like to joke that Jimmy does not have much hair. He's got a full head of hair, by the way, that he does not have much hair. And so they want me to flip off the cap. And so I said, take off that hat of yours.
Yeah.
And Sunday Swagger thought that I was referring to the hat because it was by them. And that's not the case.
That's not true.
Yeah.
We like Sunday Swagger.
We like them. They make great products.
We're big Sunday Swagger fans. I got a couple shirts.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're big fans of Sunday Swagger. So
yeah. So when I said take that hat off, I was not referring at all to the brand of this hat. It was to the fact.
That's why I wore it again.
It was the fact that we're going to see what's underneath that one day.
This one is free. This second one's free. Next one is going to cost you.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.